Okay, everyone, I am having a really busy day shooting videos. And then I found out that my friend, my boy, you see how I did that?
Yeah, I see what you was doing right there. I see what you was doing there.
It's in Chicago, and I said, you need to pull up.
Yeah.
We need to stop what we're doing because I have to talk to you about your life, your new show.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You know, I've been like fangirling you.
And you've been one of the biggest supporters from day one. Thank you.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
100%.
Okay.
100%.
And I mean, when I was on your show, and I've been very fortunate, I've had like a lot of great things happen to me in my career. But when you asked me to be on your show, I was like, oh my God, Mama, I made it. So, okay, let's talk about what you're doing now.
Yes.
Your new show, because I watched the first episode. So tell us.
Yes. So, I try to reinvent myself like every 6 months.
Right. Nothing wrong with that.
But no, so I do have a new show called Street Somm on Tastemade.
SOMM.
Yeah, exactly. And I really am with Street Somm.
Yeah, you are.
But the fun thing is, so I go from city to city, meeting with different tour guides in each city, usually chefs. In New York, it was my homegirl Shakira, our homegirl Shakira.
Yes.
But I link up with different chefs all over the United States.
Okay.
They introduce me to each city, help me to get to know the city through food, but we're also getting to know each other and sharing a bunch of cool stories around wine.
Let me tell you what I love about the show. First, I know this word is overused, but it's the only word I can think of. It's so authentically you, right?
Yeah.
And it's like you're going into these restaurants, you're going with your own vibe, your own personality.
Yeah.
And so anybody who's watching it is like, I want to eat that. I want to drink that. So, how do you maintain that sense of like, I'm going to be myself in a world that, a few years ago would not have been like embracing you. So how do you maintain that?
It's funny. And this is something I kind of realized. It's something that happened early in my career, but I only realized it recently.
Okay.
That listening to hip hop is really what made me comfortable around all of this fly stuff. Like you think about Biggie, Escargot, My Cargo, 160, Swiftly. Like Biggie was rapping about restaurants with mandolins and violins.
Yes.
Like that's what I'm around
on my living room.
You know what I'm saying? Like this is what Nas rapping about sipping demi-sec. Like this is what like hip hop artists was talking about. That entire thing. So when I'm listening to those raps, I'm of course listening to it from an aspirational place.
Right.
But then you like waiting for that day when you in those spots. Wine was what put me in all those spots to be, in restaurants with them playing crazy instruments and eating escargot, which is like my second favorite meal, by the way.
You're so bougie.
But it's also Jamaican beef patties though. It's a toss up between which one.
But that's real life.
That's real life.
So when you said that, I'm getting chills because you're right. Wine has opened up this world for so many people who didn't have access to it, right? Who didn't know about it. So here's what I want to ask you about. And I know we don't have a lot of time, but okay. It's not easy to do what you're doing. People think like you just get up, you just say some stuff, and they don't understand all the work that's behind the moment that they're seeing now. So, like, bring us up to speed. Tell us, like, what does it really take, and how long have you been at this game to a point where you have your own show? Yeah,
wow. Well, I mean, when you think about it, so I started in wine in 2004.
Okay.
And when I started, I was just coming out of hip hop. I, at that point, really still thought I was going to be a rapper. And by the time I fell out of love with hip hop, I still wanted to do something in that creative space. So I actually started an internet radio show before podcasts. That was in 2009.
Radio.
Yes. Live 365.
Okay.
All right. If y'all was outside, y'all know what I'm talking about. But the internet radio show was called Stogel, which was an acronym for stereotypically thugged out genius on the low.
Wow.
Right? So when you really think about it, this concept that I'm doing of bringing wine and hip hop culture together has been coming for a long time. And I think that people don't realize that when you have an idea for something, there's going to be the first iteration of it, and it's going to continue to evolve, and you have to like not get locked into your idea. So I stopped working in wine auction in 2016.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of blur a little bit.
Understood.
But you know, I started in wine auction packing boxes, came out as an auction director, and I figured I would like stay in that industry, but I wanted to do some private consulting, and to consult and get in front of those clients, it can be really expensive. You have to hang out at expensive auctions, eat at expensive restaurants.
I see you.
So what I did was started a podcast, you know, and so that way I could stay in front of those same auction clients, but on my terms, and not need to spend what I did not have to hang out in restaurants I couldn't afford to eat at. And make it so like people then came to me. And so the podcast was never something that I wanted to do as far as like, you know, being a personality or anything like that. I was just trying to stay in front of my consulting clients.
Okay.
And I think that what happened with me was that I had a true mission to what I wanted to communicate. It was still what I was communicating from 2009, which was trying to change the perspective of the black man in America. You know, I didn't want people to look at me the way that you just look at some random dude on the corner just because I'm dressed like the dude on the corner. Right. Maybe he's waiting for somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, for real.
Maybe he's not selling drugs. You know, it's just, so my whole thing is I wanted people to understand that you can exist within the stereotypes while still breaking them at the same time. And that's something that I've always done. So really, you know, this was an idea that was trying to creep its way out for the longest. I tried to hold it down, and this is ultimately what happened. But you just can't stop. That's the whole thing. It's just don't stop.
And you never did, because, I mean, you're right. You changed things around, but you stayed true to the mission, and you were so strategic. Yeah. And the message I get from you is don't give up. Right?
Absolutely.
And you invested a lot in yourself. You were in Burgundy. I mean, I was like, look at this brother in Burgundy. Okay, I won't keep
no
you.
No sponsors, no nothing on that trip, let me tell you.
That's another interview. But before I let you go, because he over here eating my tangerines, y'all. Did you see that? How do we support you?
Well, of course, of course, make sure you download Street Somm on Tastemade. Check that out. Every week, new episodes coming out. You got 6 episodes. I'm in Houston, I'm in Miami, I'm in Chicago, Savannah. It only gets better.
Oh man, I love Savannah.
Yeah, it's great. So definitely watch Street Somm on Tastemade. Listen to Wine and Hip Hop Podcast. Podcast is still rocking heavy. I'm outside extra. So, you know, come to events, all the stuff.
I love it. I love it. So proud of you.
Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers.